Warning, due to the graphic nature of this program, viewer discretion is advised. Fuck you! Welcome to motherfuckers. What's going on, everyone? It is I, everybody's favorite jack of all trades, with the feral merles, coming to Urban. And welcome back to another awesome fucking video, guys. I really do appreciate it. And before we get balls deep into this bitch, I want a big special shout out to all of you guys, my viewers, and all of my subscribers, both new and old, for sticking around watching all the shit I put out. The reason why I fucking do it is for all you guys. So yeah. Anyway, before I do dive in again, I just wanted to just say, you know, we're over 1,000 subscribers now. Let's get to 2,000 subscribers by the end of the fucking year. That'd be amazing. So yeah. Anyway, this is going to be the beginning, part 1 of my build of the Atlantis. The 665th scale model of the USS Missouri, BB-63, the Mighty Mo. And I've had this kit for a little bit, and I've been itching to do it, and I finally got the shit that I need to do it, so we're going to fucking dive into it. So without any fucking further ado, let's go ahead and show you what we're going to do. As you see here, all the shit here is for the kit. You're probably wondering, what are we talking about? Well, we'll talk about the primary shit. You gotta do the preliminary work before you actually dive in and start cutting parts and laying paint and other shit down. The cleaning and the removal of excess plastic. Now, this is an older kit. I do not know who the fuck made this kit originally, but somebody else made this kit originally before Atlantis did. Just like a lot of their other models they have, they originally were all old Revell kits. I don't know if this was an old Revell kit or not. If some of you guys know who was the original maker for this particular fucking model kit, let me know. I'd be greatly appreciate to know the information on the shit. So anyway, first thing I actually did was to fucking cut the main deck in the hull. I cut these two parts off of the sprues to make it easier to fit this shit into my sink, because I had to give all this shit a bath. And the reason why I had to give this shit a bath is very fucking simple. The chemicals on the plastic. Because when they make this shit, they put chemicals in the molds for when they inject the plastic into it. When it's done, it pops out of the mold. And that chemical shit's still on there when they package it up and throw it in the box. So, if you want the model to look good, and you want the fucking paint and all that shit to stick to it, you got to wash your parts. So that's what the fuck I did. Dunked these motherfuckers in a hot soapy bath for about 10-15 minutes. And I took them out, put them in the other sink full of just hot, clean water. Let them sit there for about another 10-15 minutes. Pulled this shit out, laid it out on the counter, and let it for air dry for 2 to 3 hours. Anyway, as I was letting the air dry and shit, I was doing preliminary work, you know, I was doing informational research in the book Battleship Missouri. And if you guys do remember, in the introduction to this build, we are going to be building the Missouri roughly as she was at the end of World War II, toward the time of the signing of the surrender document, minus the rust. We ain't gonna do all the rust and shit on it. That just looks fucking gross. I might do a model over one of these days with rust and shit on her. It would look kind of cool, but not today. So I was figuring that out. After I figured all that shit out, then I started to look at all of the parts on the sprues. And I noticed a lot of things. One, there was a lot of flash on the parts. Like, the display stand didn't have any except for a little bit on the edges. But like the propellers, which 2 of them should be 5-bladed and not 4-bladed. And the pontoons, the boats, guns, and all this shit had a lot of flash. Like a a lot of excess plastic around the edges. So what I had to do was take my fucking X-Acto knife, my modeling knife, and just trim the fat off, as I call it. Fucking trimming the fat off the son of a bitch. And it took me about an hour or so to trim all the fat off of these parts. Some parts ain't gonna really matter, like this here. It's got a little excess plastic on the ends and shit. These things here ain't gonna matter, as well as these things, because these are gonna be inside the model. They're gonna be up underneath here, because that's what makes the gun directors and the turrets move in unison. So anyway, there's a lot, like I said, lots of excess plastic, especially around those anchors, the planes. There was a little bit of excess plastic on these buffers and these 5-inch mounts, but not a lot. It was mainly like around like the planes. There was some around this, a little bit on the turrets. There's still a little bit there I need to slice off. A little bit in the turret openings I gotta clean up. And also was noticing too, there is dimples in the plastic. Those are gonna have to be filled in with a little smudge of modeling putty and sand it down a little bit. And also notice a dimple in the side of the main mast, or the forward mast of stack assembly right there. That'll need to be filled in. And that little dimple right there too needs to be quickly filled in. And that little one right up there too. So there are some molded indentions that's gonna have to be fucking filled in and shit. But the hull looks pretty fucking good, honestly. It's really nice. It is wrong though. It's more correct than the hull of my Wisconsin, which is right there next to my fucking Arizona model. It's more correct than that, but still not all the way, because that shouldn't be shaped like that. That should be two skegs, and this would be hollow in here. So anyway, I'm not gonna fucking change it. It's too much work. It's not correct, so I know that, but oh well, I don't care. So the detailing on here for the most part is pretty good. The hull plating, like the paneling lines and shit. And you can tell right there, copyright Atlantis models. They used to say something else, but they put their name and shit in there. And there was a lot of excess plastic around the edges of this. It took me a while to get it off. And there was a lot of excess plastic on this, especially in the fucking holes. Especially in a lot of these fucking holes. Now, that hole and that hole were good. And those are the holes you gotta stick the gun finders in, which will turn with the turrets, which are the holes for the two turrets and the one in the rear. Fucking detail on there. It's pretty fucking good. So there's gonna be a lot of pain in the ass to paint and detail all that shit. I'm gonna have to paint and detail this whole entire deck and get it ready and shit, so I can paint and detail the bridge, the aftermast here, and the 3 turrets, and get them all done and shit, so I can glue them down to the hull and get that done. So yeah, that's basically what I've been working on, guys. Just figuring out what the fuck I'm gonna do from researching there, and giving the model a bath, and trimming all the fat off of it, all the excess plastic and other bullshit. So yeah, the Missouri is ready for construction soon. I think in part 2 we'll start assembling some sections of it, like we'll assemble, like, you know, the funnels, the mast, and that other shit, and we'll start painting the deck and start painting the superstructure and shit. I don't know. We'll figure it out. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the first part 1 of the build of the Atlantis 1 to 665th scale model of the USS Missouri, the BB-63, the Mighty Mo, And if you have any questions, comments, about the shit I fucking do, leave them in the fucking comment section below. I'll get back with you. And if you're new to the channel like the shit I fucking do, hit that fucking subscribe button, hit the damn notification bell. Never miss a video from yours truly ever again. Become a member of the Commodore's crew. And let's get to 2,000 subs by the end of the year. It'd be fucking awesome, so yeah. So until next time, this is Commodore Urban. Send out smooth seas and clear skies. Happy sailing with you. God bless you all. Take care. Stay safe. Be yourselves. Jesus and the good Lord love y'all very much. And I'll catch you on a warm trade wind where the hell anyone knows. And let's go, Brandon. Fuck Joe Biden in Trump 2024, baby. Yeah.